Jake Paul is fighting Anthony Joshua in December, and it will be a professional bout, 10-ounce gloves, 8 3-minute rounds, and there will be a weight limit of 245 pounds. Now, who's going to win this fight? Well, first of all, who's going to win this fight? Let's take a look at their latest performances, in which Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, in which Jake Paul started off great, took control of the whole entire fight, won every single round, and Jake Paul won by decision. And after this, Jake Paul went on to fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., in which Jake Paul started off very fast, landed some great combinations, completely outlanded Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and Jake Paul won by decision. Now let's take a look at Anthony Joshua's latest performances, in which he fought Francis Ngannou, in which Anthony Joshua dropped Francis Ngannou in round 1. Anthony Joshua then dropped Francis Ngannou again. Anthony Joshua then knocked out Francis Ngannou in round 2.
Anthony Joshua
And after this, Anthony Joshua wanted to fight Daniel Dubois, in which Daniel Dubois dropped Anthony Joshua in round 1. Daniel Dubois then dropped Anthony Joshua again in round 3. Daniel Dubois then dropped Anthony Joshua again in round 4. Daniel Dubois then knocked out Anthony Joshua in round 5.
Now, you really just have to ask what is going on with Jake Paul. I understand that his fight with Gervonta Davis got canceled, so he's obviously trying to make it up to the people by putting on a big fight against somebody that nobody can complain about, but this fight is just not it. I mean, we're talking about Anthony Joshua here, so I don't even need to get into the specifics because we know what makes this fight unfair. So Jake Paul making this fight happen is basically him saying that he doesn't care if he gets knocked out. He's willing to embarrass himself in front of millions of people and give the haters what they have been waiting to see for many years, just to grow his name and companies even more. So honestly, you have to respect Jake Paul, because there's nobody else with his amount of money and fame who will be willing to step in the ring with Anthony Joshua, considering they have a lot to lose. So let's talk about how this fight is going to play out. Well, here's the thing. There's only 2 ways this fight can go, and both ways should end with a crazy knockout. But anyways, the first way this fight can go is that Anthony Joshua goes in there and doesn't look towards wasting any time, and he goes for the knockout and he knocks out Jake Paul. And the other way this fight can go involves Anthony Joshua looking to troll Jake Paul for a little bit to make things entertaining, and then he eventually goes for the knockout and knocks out Jake Paul. So in the end, this fight is going to end with Jake Paul getting embarrassed. And although all the pressure is on Jake Paul, let's not forget that Anthony Joshua could possibly lose a lot of credibility if he somehow doesn't manage to knock out Jake Paul. But honestly, the chances of Jake Paul being able to box with Anthony Joshua for the full 8 rounds and survive is nearly impossible.